Namaste and welcome to Soul Family. This is a video about herbs. What kind of herbs did I use uh, for after I came back from my dark night of the soul, or being in that depth of the darkness, and how it really, like, when I was at that point, I could not think about taking herbs. It's like, I felt like I'm done for my life. I think my life was it. That's it. I think it's the ray of light in my body or in my soul. I just can't see it. I'm completely dead inside out. It's kind of like I'm just working, going to work and coming back home, going to work and coming back home, just like a machine. I don't need myself for that. It's like I am absent completely for 3 to 4 months. Uh, the dark night of my soul, or the dark side of my soul, or my spiritual awakening, it went on for 2 years almost. It was pretty dark for 2 years. But 3 months was the most darkest. I thought that's it. It's like my life is done. So at that point, those 3 months are also, it's also the time I could not take care of myself, because I'm just functioning just like a machine, a human without a soul. Simply, yeah, simply put like that, in sense, just functioning like a machine. If we drive on the same road for a couple of years, you'll know where the holes are on the road subconsciously. You don't even have to think about it. So even though we are in technical jobs or things which we need to use our mind, it's still we don't if we can function without having ourselves, if we are so robotic in life. So those 3 months, but those 3 months are the time where it's nothing like it. It is so deep and so fucking dark. It's like it is pretty tough. It is pretty tough. And since I could not even remember for the first 1 month, I don't even remember now what I really ate at the time. I just can't remember what I put in my mouth. It it's extreme level of deadness in my being, and lost all hope about myself, and just don't know what am I really doing. Like, am I even working, or what's going on? Like, it's just so hard. It is just so hard to describe that, because that's the most darkest place I was ever been, and also that's where I found my own light. So, but it's not visible though. It is so hard. So after I came out of it, uh, the herbs I'm going to discuss in this video really helped me a lot. It made a huge difference. But the thing is, when we are in that dark side, we cannot function. We cannot function in the sense, intellectually taking care of yourself, it will be absent. It's You're completely absorbed into the darkness. Like, you can't find anything which, even though if you find things, but you can't put them into action. It's such a phase in life where you just slow down, complete slow down, and learning to be with yourself for the very first time. In a sense, really learning to be yourself, like completely with yourself. Even though you are surrounded with people or there are no one else, being with ourselves has not been taught to us. So, but once I came out, all the herbs I took, I'm still taking. I already knew about these things long before, like 2 years to 3 years. All these years of research and all that, they were still in my mind, but I didn't put them into action because I'm in that dark zone and I couldn't process all these things. Like, I know this, but it's like somewhere else in the mind, in the background, where it's like it's non-existent almost. So the number one herb I would recommend, if you're just out of your dark soul, or if you're out of the deep depression any kind of depression you had, like if you're out of it, for sure you should definitely try Rhodiola rosea. It is Siberian Rhodiola rosea. But before, I should definitely throw a disclaimer here. Because please do your own research and don't take my opinion as your prescription or something like that. So, because these herbs can interact with other medications, if you're taking any pharmaceutical medications, they can like create side effects or create some kind of like clash. So please do your research if you're taking any medications, and if you want to try the herbs I'm going to discuss in this video. Rhodiola rosea, it is the number one herb for antidepressant in my opinion. There is nothing like it. It is extremely powerful. Very small dose is very powerful. Uh, Try to get the Siberian one or the Russian one, because those the place where they found these things, in the sense of the elevation makes the difference with Rhodiola rosea. And and also in Siberia, the Russian side of this Rhodiola rosea, mostly it's wild harvested near the mountains. A lot of people who are small town villagers and all that, they collect those, and they collect the herb, and they sell it. And it will literally have a rosy kind of smell if you grind them. So, and that, I think I made it into a tea first, and oh, it was like I just used half a teaspoon, and it's too much for me. It's like working like an amphetamine in my body. It is like crazy. It's like super energetic. I want to do that. I want to do this. It's like, what, I want to crush it. So it's in that level just for taking half teaspoon. So it's very natural. It's an adaptogen. It'll adapt to your body. There's a lot of good research on Rhodiola rosea. Please do educate yourself if you want to take this herb, because this can change a person's life in a very different way. And I kind of for like I'm just restarting the herbs, doing taking the herbs again after 4 to 5 months, because these 3 to 5 months I was more into meditation. So um I'm more still, and I don't need anything which creates stimulation in my body. So if we need to, if you're a person who's trying to go deeper into meditation, then stimulants, any kind of stimulant will not help, because you cannot reach there with the stimulant. It's meditation, and reaching to a level of depth in meditation, it's dealing with a very subtle energy. It is the most subtlest energy we are ever experienced. It is so subtle, and it'll come to you when you're experiencing a deeper state of meditation, like you're going into a samadhi or something, or samyamna. The next levels of deep depth in meditation, it's you are something else. You are so powerful. You are feeling this the source of creation, and you are the source of creation, and you are having this experience. It's a very subtle experience. So for us to go there, any kind of stimulant will not help. The food should be very light, and the stomach should be almost half empty all the time. Your meal should be cut off like probably 60%. Whatever if you're eating like 100% of meal, and your 60% has to be taken off. Only 40% or the 30% or 40% should be your daily amount of consumption, if you want to go in depth into those zones of meditation, because you need that energy, and you need all your body's energy to go upwards, not to your stomach, to digest the food we eat. So when we eat a heavy meal, it goes down there, and it's like all the energy of our whole being goes to the stomach and tries to digest it. But we want everything to be in our mind, and everything to be in the center, where you can focus all your energy, your mind's energy, your life energy into the thing where you want it. That one point focus, or that concentration, you need to get there for experiencing deeper states of samadhi. So for that reason, I didn't touch, like, I pushed away all herbs. I caffeine and no caffeine in any way, and it's kind of like I had to keep myself so low, in the sense not having this, because food does a lot. Like if you eat a spicy stuff, like the thoughts it will provoke in your body, in your mind, because the gut and the brain is so connected. So for me, in order to go there, I needed to lower my being completely into a calmer sense, and I, without even me thinking, it just gradually happened to me. It's like I was not even much thinking about to go there, but gradually I kind of like let go all the things which are even creating a mild kind of stimulant, even the foods which are creating mild stimulative thoughts to me. I kind of naturally rode towards that subtleness, and which gave me a deeper experience, which I'm really happy about. And but now I think I've felt that where the depth of the meditation can take you. Like if you experience samadhi, you will know certain things. It's like this data dump will happen. So I'm trying to like put my words. It's so hard. All the videos I made doesn't even cover 1% of what I experienced or the way I want to like explain it, because it is so hard. It's because I'm also like learning the words again now in this whole month of videos I did. I just came back from a deeper meditation experience, and it's the words are not coming out proper. So it's kind of like, it's getting better, of course, but after a long time I wrote today, so it's when I hold a pen, it's like it's like, that grip is not there. So these things can happen if you go into deeper meditative state for a longer time. So, but it's not a big deal. I'll come back. I'll come back with full force. And the things you experience there and the wisdom you can get is priceless. And I'm very excited for that. Like how much I learned and how I can elaborate. That's the thing I learned in the next 1 year, because it's going to take a long time for me. I'm pretty sure, because even to articulate it, it's like the words are not even like forming. It needs time for sure. So I understood that. So slowly I'm getting back into my body, into my life right now, uh, because I kind of put everything aside for my meditation, like completely shut all the things down. My job, my whatever, even me being important is not a big deal. Like, it's I put all that aside for me to go and learn vipassana and have an experience, have an initiative experience, and feel what it is. But I had no intentions, in the sense, there were no goals, or no. I didn't put anything in my mind to achieve when I went to the vipassana meditation and had samadhi and all kinds of experiences there, because if I put the goal and it's like, I gotta run, it doesn't go. Meditation cannot happen like that. It's like it's the most subtlest, and it's like a seed. It's like something we need to nurture. It's gonna come slow. It's gonna come very slow. So the knack of meditation will come slow. But surprisingly, I had these experiences where it took me to a point where I understood where meditation can take me. So I do not want to go that far now, in this whatever the time I pick for a couple of months or 1 year or something, because that's a whole different place. And it's like I don't need any of this. Like my entire life's whatever the thing I want, however I want to live, it doesn't matter when I go there. It's gonna put me in a place of so divine that I'm gonna quit everything I do and probably go to India and, like, be get into this thing seriously. At least 1 to 2 years of learning yoga and making my body ready for receiving more energy or waking up and all that. I need to do that. So it's that's why I'm kind of like put cutting down my meditation time per day slowly, and I just want to do 1 to 2 hours now, uh, and just practice more awareness. So I want to like get back into herbs, and I kind of lost my interest in taking care of myself, and that's very normal when you get into deeper states of meditation. It's gonna happen. So especially with dark night of the soul, and I just stopped taking care of my body for sure. It's like I just let go. Whatever is available I ate, and it just so I just want to get back again into my body and taking care of my body now, because even though you do deeper meditations and all that, your body cannot adjust to that, because it's kind of like we still need to take care of our body. And if even if we want to go even deeper into meditation, we need to make the body ready with right kind of foods and all that. But I kind of let the whole thing go, and like, so these herbs I'm taking are really helping me to come back again. And rhodiola I did not try after all these months. I didn't try even today. I just don't want to go there, because rhodiola will make me run, in the sense it is definitely a stimulative experience with rhodiola rosea. Even 50 milligrams of powder. I got rhodiola as like slices, and I just like break them up and make it into fine powder using a blender. But if I'm taking it as a pill, I just you fill in an empty capsule, like a vegetarian capsule, and like 50 milligrams of it, just that much, if I'm taking it internally. So it's amazing. The things it can do is like wonderful. So it's like your depression, or that point of depression when you're out of your dark night of the soul, or if you're out of your depression, I would definitely like rhodiola will help you boost up the things where you are in, and give you a different perspective. Whatever happened is happened so far, all that depression and everything, but you still have a shot. You still have a lot of life left, and the way you want to lead the life, it can show you a different perspective on it, and also give you energy and boost your enthusiasm, so that you can go get it or do it. So that's one thing. And I, as of now, I'm making a tea with Schizandra berries. Schizandra is a Chinese berry. Uh, it's a tonic berry. It's a wonder. It's just so wonderful to me, because it's one of the best berries I found. It's like it has 5 different tastes in it. It has all the 5 tastes in that one single berry. If you just have the berry and pop in your mouth and just crush it, you'll feel this pungent, bitter, sour, sweet, and salt. All these flavors in one, in just in that berry. It is just amazing to me. When I had that for the very first time, and someone gave it to me, and it's like I just took it in. I'm like, whoa. It's like it's tasted like basil, and it's like I'm very sensitive with my tongue and with my nose. And my ears. I can like sense a lot with these 3 things, and it's kind of like it's like that since long time for me. So it's like that burst in my mouth happened. I just got hooked to that, to the berry, because Schizandra berry is a very powerful berry, and it nourishes the internals of the body. It nourishes the eyes, the liver, the kidney. It's everything inside your body. It has volatile oils in it. It's the compounds in it are so amazing. It's good for the brain, and it is just amazing. It's like it's every time I make the tea and take the first sip, it's like, oh my god, like how, like I'm so impressed by with the intelligence of nature, how it packed all these flavors into one tiny berry. So I with Schizandra berry, and I do Ayurvedic herbs. I'll make Ayurvedic herbs, with the Schizandra berry as a tea. So Ayurvedic herbs I am taking right now, which are good for my body type. My body type in Ayurveda is Pitta, which means fire. I have more fiery kind of digestive system, where my acid part of my body is always on. So there are three groups in Ayurveda where a human can be segregated. In the sense, three types of bodies. One is Vata. Vata people are generally Vatta. Vata people are thinner. They are thin to not medium, but probably a little bit lesser than the medium, thin to less than medium kind of build. And their main thing, they're ruled by air, the component of air. And Pitta people are medium to athletic build. So generally their body types are that, and their the ruling part in their body is fire, like me. And the Kapha people are the people who are a little bit heavy to, like in sense, mildly heavy to heavy. So they're ruled by earth, so their element is earth. So they're heavy, and they're just if they sit down, they sit down for a long time, and they don't want to move, and it's kind of like people need to encourage them to move and do stuff. The Vata people are air; they can't stop moving. They just go all over, and it's like they just run around, and they're thinner, and they just want to have more energy. And Pitta people are the people who has they can do whatever, but they can get irritated because their heat is, if the weather is hot, they get irritant normally, because their bodies, they sweat a lot. And it's like these can be imbalances if these three body types, and these three, if they are imbalanced, and there are many reasons for that, the foods we eat and all that. So for my body type, the herbs I'm using now is something called Manjista. Manjista is a blood purifier. It's a bark of a tree. And Ashwagandha is a very powerful root. Actually, it's amazing. It's an adaptogen. It's kind of like it goes in sync with Rhodiola rosea, because Rhodiola rosea has this more fiery kind of energy, and Ashwagandha is very well known in Ayurveda, and now probably all over the world. It's for male impotency and energy, and it balances many things in the body, and it adapts to the body, and probably helps with thyroid disorders, and there is lot of things it can do. And when I used to take, like, when I just got out of my dark zone, I started taking Rhodiola, but I felt really powerful, and I thought, you know what, that felt really powerful in my body. It's like it's too strong for me, even though I just took a little. Then what I did was I cut down the Rhodiola a little bit, like the dosage. I just cut it down, and when I'm making a tea, and I added ashwagandha to it. And ashwagandha and rhodiola, the combination is amazing. They just work in sync, and it's like this smooth energy and this calm but also focused energy. And if I want to go do stuff, I can. If I want to sit still, I can. So this combination was there with relieving the depression kind of symptoms and all that. But now I'm not taking rhodiola. I'm only gonna go to the subtler side of the herbs. But when I really wanna get out, and like when I really want to like move my place, or if I'm moving to a different state, and if I'm doing something like very physical, or if I want to do a lot in like a day or something, probably then I might try or going back to rhodiola again, but it's not in my list as of now. So Manjista is a blood purifier. It has CLA in it, and I forgot the name of that. What is the name? There's one more compound in it which is good for the heart, and it's kind of like, it's energetic and it's good for the heart. So Manjista is very good for that, and Manjista, Arjuna, mm, Shankapushpi is good for the mind. It's for calming the mind. And Brahmi, Gotu, Kola, Bacopa or like Brahmi, Gotu, Kola is same. Bacopa Monnieri, and there's one more, Licorice. Yeah, I'm making all these into a tea combined with the main herb in this is Schizandra, of course, but I mix all these things in it. And oh, one more thing is Eclipta alba, which is called Bhringaraj in Sanskrit. So these are the herbs I take. I'm taking as of now, which are really helping me. It's kind of like it's this calm energy. It's like I can meditate on it, and it doesn't give me much push. And after a long time, I had matcha today. So matcha tea. It's been a while. It's been a while to having putting some caffeine in my body, but I just take very little, so it doesn't click me in a way where I feel like I took some caffeine. So it just so my morning routine as of now, which just today I started, is with goat milk and matcha and moringa powder mixed together. So moringa, if you've heard about moringa, it's a very good leaf, and in Ayurveda, it's very revered plant because it's so giving that that plant is very sacred in medicinal perspective, not in spiritual perspective, but just medicinal perspective. It's considered as a really good plant because everything of the plant is used. The bark is used, the leaves is used, the fruit is used, everything is used in that. So it's kind of like, and it has like, moringa is amazing because it's like it has more calcium than milk, more vitamin A than carrots, and it's like it beats everything out. It beats spinach. It beats. It's like this one powder which has 22 amino acids, and it's just so nutrient dense. And for lactation, if you're a pregnant woman and you just delivered your baby, it's been like a month, you can try moringa because it's gonna help lactating, good with for producing more milk. And matcha and moringa is working amazing for me. I just tried it today, just like give it a shot because it's been a while having caffeine, so I just want like introduce myself to slowly into matcha. And I never take caffeine to the point where it it stimulates me. I don't feel that. If I'm feeling it, I gotta load the next day. So whatever, it's like, I just wanted that alkalinity or that color in my milk. That's all. For that purpose, I take it, but I added more moringa and less matcha. It's really tasty. If you can add some vanilla to it and try it, it's gonna be amazing. It is so tasty, and it's like it has this calming kind of energy because moringa is pretty energetic. It can give you some energy because it has all the nutrients which your body needs. It's vitamins, minerals, probably 84 minerals in it, and 84 or 54, I forgot. So uh, all the amino acids and calcium, and there's so many things in that green powder, and it tastes so good with milk. So I need to cut down on my milk, but later. So yeah, these are the herbs I want to discuss, and how Shankapushpi is a wonderful Ayurvedic herb where it helps the mind to calm down and also focus more. It connects in a way your structure, the structure in the mind would, the signals would work really better, but it takes time to have that deeper effect of what that plant can do. But you will definitely feel it the first time you take it. Now today I just took it. I'm like, oh, all those herbs hit. I just felt all these herbs hitting me. Like the moment I had it in, it's like 15-20 minutes down. I had this calmness in my mind. It's like whoa. So since I'm not taking anything, like nah, no, like I was like so subtle with all the even the stimulative foods and everything. I just took care of that. I slowed myself down, completely down, down, down. So anything I put in my body, I'm really sensitively observing the thoughts they give, the emotions they give, and it's like the food. So that part was awakened in me. So I'm like testing that out today, and I just started to see each herb and sit down with it for the first 1 hour to 2 hours, not do anything. Have the tea and sit down and watch my mind and watch the digestion process in my stomach and how it's going and how it's traveling. And the moment my thoughts are changing, in the sense of what kind of thought currents I had before I took the tea and in the 2 hours, without me changing anything. I don't want to change anything because I'm just noting it down so far so that I can work on like how what kind of herb, because I mixed all those herbs like 50-50% in the sense all the herbs are equally weighted, and they all work in sync. Like licorice will work in sync with um, ashwagandha, and one more herb I forgot, Vaidhari Kanda. This is one more herb which will tone the genital organs inside and out. It's kind of like it's a sweet kind of herb. It's not too sweet, but it's kind of like it belongs to that cadre. It's a root. So yeah, these all I mix kind of like 10 herb tea, and I make this in boiling water, and I just boil the water and turn the stove off, and put all this herb and put the lid on and just let it sit for a bit, like 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, and because Schizandra has oils in it. Schizandra berry has oil in it, and I really want that oil to come into the water. So I kind of ground Schizandra berry, but not fine ground, just like a coarse ground, because it's gonna crush the berry and get the oils out of it. And uh, yeah, the very first day I took it, it's, it is so good. Like it's just I noticed in my past videos that I'm twitching my eyes like that because my radiator is right in front of me. It's kind of like the heat is coming into very close to my eyes. So uh, that kind of slowed down after I had this. After started having Chandra berry and all these teas, and I want to see how it goes for the next 1 month because I just came back. I just came back from all these experiences. It's like today I feel like I'm back. All right. So and I started working in my garden and like cleaning stuff, and I got into this zone where after a long time I became active again, in the sense physically active. So deeper states of meditation can take you to places where you might lose your interest in physical activity, because even talking will drain you so much because you are taking just 30 to 40% of your food, and uh, if you talk and you can see after you talk, you can see how much energy loss you're having. So after I finish this video, I feel a little low because because it's been a long time me talking, like in the sense I used to talk a lot, but once I shut down for 4 months or 5 months, it's amazing. Once I just shut myself up, no talking, and so slowly I'm coming back into the world again. It feels so good. It feels amazing. So I'm excited where I'll take myself, because It's just the very first day I got into so many things and got a lot done. Just one day. I think in the last 1 month, whatever I did, or like 15 days of my whatever I did, I just did all that in just 2 days. So one day. And slowly getting into green juices and like alkalinity and building my alkalinity above, because I started taking care of my body again. So let's see how it goes in the next 2 to 3 months. I'm excited for all the things I'm going to try, because after a long time I had this time for myself, and also the energy I have for myself now after all that I've been through, and all the spiritual experiences, and I needed to put them into place where I could use all the knowledge. But I'm just at that first step right now, because every time we have a deeper spiritual experience or meditation experience, it will put us in a certain zone where what all the things which are important to us we might not take care. Because that's one of the reason people go to ashrams in India for deeper meditation and learn yoga and all that, because someone else is taking care of your food and all that. It's and also you will have a right, the environment is right for that. So if I decide to go deeper next time, that's gonna be in India for sure, because I do not want to try attempt going deeper in US. I've seen how it is, so I just don't want to do it here. It's because of probably the place for going deeper, and also the teachers for me to talk when I go deeper. I do not have anyone here. I did not connect to anyone as of now. It might happen. I don't know if there are teachers here where we can go deeper, and it's kind of like ashram life is different, completely different. And there will be people who take care of your food, and if you're going into a deeper zone, there are a lot of people who are in that zone already. So it's like the whole environment will help you if you're a person who is seeking to go deeper into meditation and learn more about yourself. And ashram way of living is completely like, it's awesome. It's like I'm just waiting when that happens, because when that happens I will never come back to this again. It's like, in a sense, I will not have any interest to come back to social life, or it's a whole different, it's like completely different way of living entirely. Even though if I'm with people, I just, this worldly stuff which I'm interested in right now, or have a little bit of desire left with relationships and all that. But if I decide to go there, it's like these two paths. You can't go deeper into meditation and, like, be in samadhi and learn about your own soul and where you are coming from with living in the worldly things. It's so hard. But once you has those experiences and you understood yourself, you're enlightened, not enlightened, you were at a certain stage of enlightenment and you just don't want to go deeper, you stopped over there, but you can come back to the world it's like you can come back to the world in a very good way, and you can do a lot of good things for the world. But in that period of time, we can't confuse with these two. Going to work and going into these deeper meditations cannot happen. It's so hard. It's like it is two worlds apart. It's like, so I'm debating with myself now. It's like, okay, am I ready for that? Or because I've tasted something really deep, and that can put me in a place where I might not be interested in doing whatever I want to do for the next couple of years. But once I decide, then I would definitely go to India and go to an ashram and find an ashram first. I have a couple in my mind, a couple of ashrams, and see which I fit in, or probably the place fits me, or the teacher, or whatever happens. Because all the people you are with has the same intention that will work with you. It's like, let's just say you are into working out and building your body, and you're living with 1,000 people like that. The whole energy is like you're in that zone, and people are talking about bodybuilding and all that. So this is the same thing. Like the whole, like that whole people, thousands of people coming together and trying to have go deeper into themselves. All that energy will help you, because that whole, that entire life force, it'll become one vibrance if we are aware of it, if you're part of it, and we can use all that. So that part is there, if we, but ashram has its own challenges and stuff. So yeah, this is what's going on in my life as of now, the thoughts I had. And so Rhodiola rosea, if you're depressed, I would definitely recommend that. It's a really good thing. And if you have certain kind of diseases, if your immune system is low, then definitely juice green stuff, green vegetables, like parsley, cilantro, cilantro, ginger, lemon, mm, cucumbers, celery, kale. What can we add? Probably dill leaves. Yeah, you can make a good juice with this, because it's kind of like they all work in sync together. You can add a little bit, if you want to go if you have inflammation, and if you want to go more immune, and then you could add some a tincture of Schizandra berry into it, or probably make tea, and after it cools down, you could mix it with the juice you're making, because all of these has oils. All of these has certain kind of oily polyphenol structures, where especially chlorophyll. The chlorophyll and our blood are alike completely. The molecular structure is alike. Only part that it differs is, I think, uh, iron and magnesium. I guess iron and magnesium. If I'm not wrong, I think our blood has iron, which is in the central bonding, and chlorophyll has magnesium or potassium. I forgot. So that's the only change in the whole molecular structure. So it's completely close to our to. It's kind of like chlorophyll is the blood of the plants, and it's kind of like, it's so close to our structure, human blood and all that. So the more chlorophyll we have, the younger we will feel. And when I was trying that diet like a couple of years ago, not exactly diet, but just juicing normally, I was so vibrant. I was like completely different person with energy wise. Before I went through all my process of awakening, and going into the dark zone, before all that, I was like doing it normally, and I was probably 25 lbs less weight than what I am right now at that time. So it just normally the vibrance of the body glows with all that stuff. So uh, I'm gonna begin doing this since tomorrow, and see how it goes for the next 2 months. And I'm just slowly coming back to my zone again, and start taking care of my health and food. And I like to cook, so I'm a good cook, and my friends say that. So I used to be a good cook probably. So I'm just incorporating all of this together. So if you're a person who are into this, or if you just came out of um, depression, my blessings, and it's kind of like my heartfelt wishes for you. You made it back. Man, that is so fucking deep, right? That's like, if you're in the dark zone and just came out, I'm so happy for those people, because I know how it feels like. I know that depth, that burden, that crushing burden, which just we can't bear it, and we just lost our all hope, and we don't know what we're doing. And since that point, it's like this, you are in that, and once you just out like a vacuum, you just came out of that vacuum, like I'm like, oh wow, I'm alive. I can live in a way I want to live now. Like, fuck all the people who doesn't like that. So you get this, you get this new wisdom and all that, right? So Hope my video helps you, and do your own research on the herbs, because I'll actually list those herbs um, in the YouTube, so in the description, so that you could Google them if you like it, and it might help you getting out or having giving you some clarity. Definitely, Rhodiola Rosea gave me a different perspective uh, of my life when I came back, when I'm out of my dark zone. Also, taking it for few months, I had to like stop taking it because it's too stimulative. Also, naturally, after that, after I got that different perspective, I chose to go deeper into meditation with that perspective. That's also helped me to stop taking that herb, because it is a very potent herb and very powerful herb. It can change your life in a very better way if we know how to use it, because it's an amazing herb. So thank you so much